What is going on, guys? Houndish here, and today Trials of Osiris is back, and we got the Timekeeper as the map for the first time ever, which is pretty cool and interesting. It's certainly one of the more difficult maps to play Trials on, in my opinion, and there are some balancing issues from my perspective as well, which I'll go over shortly, but I'm going to talk about some other stuff first. So in terms of the scale of the map, it's a pretty good size for 3v3, and it's pretty kind of broken up into different compartments and smaller engagement spaces. So it's not a super open map, but there are longer lines of sight going through the map, of course, and the most open area of the map being the outside on the Bravo team spawn, the Alpha team being spawned on the inside area of the map, of course. So overall there's a lot of cover in the map, and since you can kind of use that cover to push up or engage at range with snipers and primaries, it makes for a pretty varied playstyle overall. It's not one of those maps where sniper is strictly dominant, although if you do get the Bravo team spawn, snipers can be the most effective since you have the range and you've got a lot of head glitches and cover. I actually think that's where there's a little bit of a balance issue on the map in this respect. So the team with the outside spawn can kind of wait on the outside where it's much harder to push, and you also have the capture zone there as well. And as well as this, it's super easy to push the inside heavy from the Bravo team spawn. So in those more difficult games we had, it was much worse. We had a much worse time when we were stuck on the inside spawn. So that's just something to think about. But overall, in playstyle, the best kind of thing to think about on this map is that you've got a lot of hallways and cover in the map that kind of break up the different areas, and you can find a lot of angles on the enemy team. There are so many quick flanks and routes that you can take that it really doesn't make sense to stand off in one area of the map here. Although, like I said before, it can be pretty difficult to push a team that camps on the outside area of the map. And if you struggle engaging at a certain range or in a certain area of the map against a team, then you can exploit kind of all these different avenues around the map to, pretty good effect. And splitting up here can be super effective as well. You just need to be confident and make sure that you evaluate the enemy. It's super easy to camp orbs on this map, especially if the enemy team gets a couple of your teammates down on the inside and you're on the outside, it's going to be pretty difficult to push into that area. So if you are sniping on this map, you'll kind of need to take some time to find those strong lines of sight from spawn to spawn, and those sights that you'll use to control areas of the map as well. Again, this depends on your skill level, but I personally enjoy using shotguns on this map as they're super effective on the inside area, and if you play cleverly, they can be pretty useful on the map overall. As I said before, it just comes down to kind of a fairly wide set of specials on the map. You just need to play to your strengths, whatever your setup is, but it's nice that you don't have to snipe or feel obliged to use any particular setup on the map. It's pretty varied. So the heavy spawns on this map are pretty obviously tied to your team's spawn. It's very easy to push the inside heavy from the outside. Like I said before, you can snipe it from further outside or lock it off with grenades and everything like that. But if you're on the outside spawn, it's worth sending one teammate to try and slow down the enemy team on heavy. Now, if you are on the inside spawn, you can snipe at the outside heavy from the kind of middle tunnel underneath the interior section of the map, but it's a much more difficult push in general this way around. You can push to either heavy if you want to. It's just more difficult, like I said, on the map, and you need to be careful of those lines of sight and the tricky positions people have, because you can be taken out, and surprised from a lot of different angles on this map. But it's worth playing around with, see what works for you. If you do come down to the capture zone on this map, it'll spawn low on the outer side of the map, just in front of the Bravo team heavy spawn, and it's going to come down to capture somewhat regularly on this map compared to other maps. Similar to Black Shield, the team on the outside has a fair advantage if they wait it out. But overall, this is one of my least favourite maps, or less favourite maps for Trials of Osiris. It's hard to kind of get into a flow, and it feels like there are a lot of balance issues for a mode like Trials on this map. But nonetheless, it is good experience, and you can have some pretty fun moments here as well. But that's just, this is just my opinion of how the map plays. But there you go, guys. That's just a few thoughts from me about the Timekeeper and how it plays out in Trials of Osiris. Let me know down below what you think of this map, if you've had any luck, and if you've got any tips for other people playing on this map as well. It'd be pretty awesome to read in the comments section. But if you have found the video useful, guys, don't forget to drop me a like and comment as always. And if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button for a lot more Destiny. But for now, you guys have an awesome weekend. I'll catch you very soon.